I'm Ava.
I'm Adelina.
This is the United Arab Emirates. The UAE is located in Southwest Asia, also known as the Middle East, and their flag consists of 4 colors: red, green, white, and black. Although there is nothing special about this flag, many of the Arabian flags have these colors. The UAE is facing several environmental challenges, but the main ones being water scarcity, air pollution, and desertification. The UAE is promoting sustainable practices of water usage in specific sectors like agriculture, urban development, and they're also improving modern irrigation systems. To combat air pollution, the UAE is trying to reduce fossil fuel production in factories. Large cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi are attempting to become more walkable to reduce fossil fuel and greenhouse gas emissions. In an effort to reduce the desertification, the UAE has developed the National Desertification Strategy, which helps countries all around the world reduce desertification.
Aside from other countries, they are considered to be in a semi-periphery state since they are able to produce their own goods and even be ranked highly economically. As of 2023, the HCI is 0.940. Between these years, the birth rate has changed by 11.4 years, and the mean years of schooling has changed by 7.23 years. When looking at the GDP per capita, they started at $49,106 and increased to the highest amount of $117,949,000. It is now at a constant rate as of 2023 at $42,508. Moving away from economics, fertility rates have been lowered and kept at a constant rate. From 1950 to 1973, the birth rates per woman were 6.5 children, and as the years have passed on, it has lowered to 1.2 children per woman. This is due to its high levels of education and amount of schooling. The UAE is very developed and has availability for all kids to learn. Its gender inequality levels are very even between women and men. The UAE's GII levels are 0.040, making it 13 out of 172 countries as of 2023. This means there is great equality in education, job opportunities, and economy, and this allows the UAE to benefit and be ranked 7th globally. What advancements and advantages does the UAE have? A huge advancement they have is oil companies, and due to it, it has a sovereign wealth fund of $1.3 trillion and has no struggles trying to sustain itself. It has many markets and provides for global impact. Throughout the years 2022 to 2024, the GDP has been growing non-stop.
The total population of the UAE is 10,642,081, with 88% of the population being in urban areas and the rest of the 12% in rural areas. The UAE has a total fertility rate of 1.44 children per woman and has remained the same for the last 15 to 20 years. When looking at the crew death rate, the CDR is 0.932%. In 2021, there is an influx of the CDR at 1.258%. The most recent RNI recorded for the UAE is 0.9%, and finally, the infant mortality rate has a rate of 5 deaths per every 1,000 live births. The population pyramid for the UAE is very skewed to men due to the fact that there are many workers in the UAE that are guest workers and send remittances back home to their families. The UAE does have a favorable dependency ratio. The country is typically skewed on men between the ages of 25 and 39. The UAE is very stable economically and politically, so there are not many concerns relating to famine, refugees, and forced migration. While they have never had their own civil war, the UAE has participated in a few across the region. In relation to the demographic transition model, the UAE is currently in stage 3. This can be identified since both of their birth rates and death rates are declining.
The UAE has a very big culture and has dispersed greatly throughout the entire world. They have many customs and taboos, and one is shaking a person's hand with their left hand rather than their right hand, and they also don't eat with this hand because it's considered gross or unhealthy. Their pop culture includes bright lights and tall buildings, which is seen throughout their cities, and it kind of shows their high economy and their control. The languages spoken are English and Arabic, but you may hear Hindu, Urdu, or Pashto. There's also an endangered language called the Shihi language, and it is threatened by less and less people talking about it and the impact of the English language. It is often spoken in the mountain communities, and people are trying hard to preserve it by holding festivals and ceremonies in order for people to keep the language alive. The religion that is favored in the UAE is Islam, and they have many traditions that come along with it, such as Ramadan. Aside from languages, they have several areas that show strong history of the UAE and their high oil production. They have a lot of cultural landscape that shows the Emirates pre-oil history and many museums that center around film, production, and religion. Their clothing includes full-body garments, scarves, and veils, and they also have jewelry such as gold necklaces and earrings. They have many traditional foods such as hummus, falafel, and shawarma. These are the common food they are known for eating, and they also eat lamb, chicken, and rice. For preferred fruits, they eat figs, dates, lemons, and limes, which are usually the crops that are favored. For housing, they have many skyscrapers and high-rise apartments, mainly owned by business workers and professionals, while lower-class or lower-income populations live in shared accommodations such as dormitories or flats. Many skyscrapers or apartments favor big kitchen and staff accommodations, and they have many services and commodities around them. Many extended families live together and often have a house with many bedrooms attached with a bedroom. Some traditional homes consist of 2 stories with bedrooms and an extra room that is used for guests.
The United Arab Emirates is a multinational state. It comprises of 7 emirates, each with having a certain degree of autonomy and a local government. The UAE was officially recognized as a nation in 1971, meaning it is 54 years old. Prior to 1971, the UAE was under British control during the era of the Trucial States. In the end of 1971, the 6 emirates, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quain, and Fujairah, formed their own nation. In 1972, Ras Al Khaimah joined as the 7th emirate. The UAE is a federal state since they have one president, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Their president has been in office since May 14, 2022. The UAE has a freedom percentage of 43.1 and a freedom index of 71.6. The UAE has few struggles concerning press freedom, but the main one being government controlling and censoring of media outlets. Although the UAE does have some strict laws for regular day-to-day life. For instance, not being overly respectful to the military or police can result in jail time. The UAE has not been central in many terrorist attacks, although they have fueled some. They have very strong connections to the 9/11 attacks, as 17 out of the 19 hijackers transited in the UAE in the time leading up to the event. There's also been evidence found of the UAE raising funds for certain terrorist groups in Afghanistan and Pakistan. One of these is Al-Qaeda. Although their new president has openly stated he is against such terrorist attacks, and the UAE does no longer partake in them. The UAE is also part of the United Nations and OPEC.
The climate that's classified in the UAE is hyper-arid, and this means that in some parts there is more rain than others, and we can see that in the northern part there's more rain and lower temperatures, while in the southern and western part there's less rain, higher temperatures, and that's kind of the whole climate and precipitation levels, which kind of affect its agricultural use. Here's a picture to better demonstrate it. Looking into the agricultural aspect, as of 2021, the UAE was reported for using 5.5134% of agricultural use for land. Irrigated land was 24%, and the arable land was 50,300 hectares. The entire population of agricultural workers are mainly men, and they take up to 2% of the country's GDP. As of 2022, the participation force was 45.07%. They are very well developed and can produce their own food consumptions, which are 85%. This allows them to be stable and not have to rely on other countries. They have many advancements such as agri-tech, which enhances their food security and allows them to produce more for their country.
The top 3 most populated cities in the United Arab Emirates are Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah. Additionally, the UAE does not have any mega or meta cities. The UAE does not follow the rank size rule or the primate city rule. Dubai is the largest city in the UAE, but its rapid development makes it difficult to fit into any traditional urban models, but it has many features that align with the multiple nuclei model. There are many different CBDs and specialty centers within Dubai. For example, media, healthcare, internet, and festival centers. Dubai is also trying to incorporate a diverse and rural areas into the city by making them into various mini CBDs. Some examples of urban sustainability in Dubai are walkability, mixed land use, and transport-oriented development. Walkability is very present in the 2 most populous cities, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The walkability is very present in the downtown areas of these cities and the mini CBDs they have. Dubai has many mixed land uses, which is especially present in the downtown Dubai and the Dubai Marina. Dubai already has many public transportation systems due to their quick development, but Abu Dhabi is attempting to integrate some metro and bus systems. Since the UAE is one of the largest oil producers but has a very small area, they face a lot of struggles with pollution. The rural areas of the UAE are underdeveloped and face challenges like poor infrastructure. The large cities that have downtowns like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah are all very developed, but on the outskirts they face the challenges concerning poor infrastructure.